The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioners' Reports is a headline news podcast provided in part by the Calvert County Communications and Media Relations Division. Commissioners' Reports provides highlights from the Calvert County Board of County Commissioners, county government departments, and key government agencies. Commissioners' Reports covers regional happenings affecting Calvert County citizens, upcoming community events, and news. Hello and welcome to Commissioners' Reports. I'm your host, Kevin G. Schmidt. In this week's Calvert County Board of Commissioners meeting, public service announcements. Board President Buddy Hance addressed the mask mandate at the courthouse, which is under the jurisdiction of the Chief Administrative Judge for the state of Maryland, as well as commented on lifting of mask mandates in the Calvert County public school system. Recognition was also given for Women's History Month and Huntingtown High School boys indoor track team, who recently won the Division IIIA State Indoor Track Championship. Presentations, Department of Finance and Budget, audit results for fiscal year 2021. The Annual Comprehensive Financial Report, ACFR, prepared by the Department of Finance and Budget is available on the Finance and Budget page within the Calvert County website, www.calvertcountymd.gov. The county's financial statements received an unmodified, clean opinion from the auditors. The general fund, the main operating fund of the county, ended fiscal year 2021 with a budgetary surplus of $20.1 million. The ending general fund balance was $92.1 million, of which $30.9 million is committed fund balance for the county's stabilization agreement. This report has been submitted to the Government Finance Officers Association for their review and certificate program. College of Southern Maryland, State of the College. The College of Southern Maryland, CSM, provided an annual update to the Board of County Commissioners on the state of the college. Department of Finance and Budget, FY23 6-year Capital Improvement Plan. Department of Public Works, Transportation. Finance and Budget reviewed DPW's Transportation, FY 2023 through FY 2028 6-year CIP staff recommended budget request totaling $35,850,925. DPW transportation requests include repairs to roadways, culverts, sidewalks, roadway stormwater management, bridges, dams, and roadway safety projects. $461,925 in state grant funding is available for the sidewalk program in FY 2023. Public hearings, Department of Parks and Recreation Local Parks and Playgrounds Infrastructure Funding Program. In the 2021 legislative session, the Maryland General Assembly passed legislation, HB 590, that includes an allocation of $1 million in grant funds to Calvert County for shovel-ready park infrastructure projects managed by the Maryland Department of Natural Resources, DNR. On October 19, 2021, the BOCC approved the submittal of a grant application for this project. On February 16, 2022, the Maryland Board of Public Works approved the grant application for the Dunkirk District Park Tennis Courts project in the amount of $700,000, with no required match. After no public comment was received, the BOCC closed the record and staff will return in 10 days to request the BOCC's approval of Budget Adjustment 13 CIP. Department of Community Resources, Community Development Block Grant, BA 161. On October 2, 2020, the Department of Community Resources applied for the Community Development Block Grant, CDBG, from the Maryland Department of Housing and Community Development, DHCD, for Federal CARES Act funding Phase 2. The county was awarded $600,000 for rental assistance through the CDBG program. The CDBG Coronavirus Phase 2 CARES Act funding program initially provided rental assistance for households impacted by the pandemic. As other funding sources have been identified, the CDBG funding can be used for other needs in conformance with program regulations. In January 2022, staff reallocated the majority of funding to other programs allowed by this grant. Staff was seeking to reallocate the final $60,000 of unallocated funds. $40,000 to support the county's quarantine shelter program, and $20,000 to Lifestyles of Maryland's purchase of supplies and transportation for quarantine participants as Calvert County's homeless case management provider. Notice of the March 1, 2022 public hearing was advertised in the Calvert Recorder on February 18, 2022, pursuant to the requirements of the CDBG Citizen Participation Plan. Awards. The ERC announced that Ron Marney, Planning and Zoning Environmental Planning Regulator, was selected as Employee of the Month for March. The ERC is also pleased to recognize John Silcox, Technology Services Network Supervisor, for the Pride and Quality Award. John is being recognized for identifying a way to establish reliable connectivity to Breezy Point Beach and Campground, and negotiating for Comcast to cover the cost of installing aerial fiber, resulting in over $200,000 in savings for the county. When the project is complete, it will also provide greater reliability and scalability for residents on Breezy Point Road. John has also been instrumental in strengthening the county's firewall to provide added protection against recent cyber threats. Proclamations. Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month is a time to celebrate the many contributions people with developmental disabilities make to our society, and to recognize the efforts made to achieve a culture of meaningful and full inclusion in all facets of community life. In 35 years since the first proclamation, Calvert County has made progress improving the lives of individuals with developmental disabilities, noting challenges remain in providing full inclusion. Good Sportsmanship Month. The Board of County Commissioners proclaimed that March 2022 be observed as Good Sportsmanship Month in Calvert County. Citizens are encouraged to always promote fair play, good etiquette, and good character within the community, both in and out of sports. Catherine Shannon, Retirement Program Assistant for the Office on Aging, is retiring Thursday, March 3, 2022, after dedicating over 14 years of loyal service to the citizens of Calvert County and the state of Maryland. The BOCC joins the community, her co-workers, family, and friends in conveying best wishes for a long, healthy, and happy retirement with continued success in all her endeavors. Appointments. Matthew S. Keene was reappointed to the Building Board of Calvert County. One vacancy remains. Henry Gabelnick was reappointed to the Cove Point Light Station Commission. One vacancy remains. Keisha A. Sweeney was reappointed to the Economic Development Advisory Commission. In a consent calendar, Department of Finance and Budget award recommendation for the printing and mailing of the Seasonal Activity Guide. Department of Finance and Budget award recommendation, Detention Center roof replacement. Department of Parks and Recreation, Rural Legacy Easement Monitoring Report, Dorsey Property. Department of Planning and Zoning, Calvert County Historical Society signed permit, and the Department of Public Safety, lease agreement and addendum between the BOCC and Dish Wireless LLC. All agenda items were adopted as presented. In old business, Department of Economic Development, request for Fourth Amendment of Purchase and Sale Agreement. On March 10, 2020, the BOCC approved the purchase and sale agreement with Armory Square and Fox Run Professional Center LLC, collectively the purchaser, for acquisition by the county. To allow additional time for the purchaser to obtain site approval, the Department of Economic Development requested approval of the Fourth Amendment to the purchase and sales agreement that 1. Extends the settlement date to June 6, 2022, and 2. To adopt a meets and bounds description of the properties being conveyed. The proposed amendment has no fiscal impact on the purchase price to be paid to the BOCC of $3,871,400. The sum of $225,671, which represents the fair market value of the Steeple Chase Drive property, will still be credited to the purchase price at closing. After discussion, Commissioners amended staff's recommendation and adopted a motion approving the Fourth Amendment of the Purchase and Sales Agreement. New business. Department of Parks and Recreation, Flag Ponds Living Shoreline, Maryland State Loan Budget Adjustment. In August 2016, with loan modifications in July 2018, May 2019, June 2020, and February 2022, the BOCC entered into a project agreement with the State of Maryland Department of Natural Resources for a no-interest loan to design and construct a living shoreline at Flag Ponds Nature Park. The design is complete, and all permits have been received, with the bid documents for construction pending. On January 26, 2022, the Maryland Board of Public Works approved an additional loan funding of $148,000, making the total amount for the loan $500,000, with 100% of funding for the project covered by the state of Maryland as a no-interest loan. The loan repayment will be included in future Natural Resource Division's annual operating budget. Staff recommended and the BOCC approved the Flag Ponds budget adjustment. Department of Planning and Zoning. Certified Local Government, CLG, Fiscal Year 2022 Grant Application for Archaeological Survey. As a certified local government, Calvert County is eligible to apply for federal funds through the Certified Local Government Program, administered by the Maryland Historical Trust. To date, Calvert County has been awarded grants totaling approximately $300,000 through this program. The grant maker advises a cash match of 15%, but does not require a cash match. The county's match will consist of staff time for the administration, oversight, and review of the contract and archaeological survey, as well as volunteer hours. Past products supported by the CLG grants include the Money Crop, Calvert County after the tobacco buyout, and most recently, a revision of the Calvert County Historic District Design Guidelines. The BOCC approved staff's recommendation to ratify the grant application. Work session, Department of Planning and Zoning Text Amendment Case, TA 2102. Amendments to the Prince Frederick, Lusby, and Solomon's Town Center ordinances to increase transferable development right requirements. On November 16, 2021, BOCC directed staff to move forward with the text amendment to increase the TDR requirement based on the text amendment from 2020 that did not move forward at that time. The text amendment was presented to the Planning Commission at the regular meeting on February 16, 2022, wherein staff presented two recommendations / next steps. 1. Request distribution for agency comments. 2. Return for a future work session to review agency comments. The Prince Frederick Town Center, the Village Edge District, and the Village Residential Office District of the Lusby Town Center and Solomon's Town Center are designated as transfer zones for TDRs. The purchase of TDRs is required for homes constructed in these zones. This does not include workforce housing, bona fide affordable housing, or continuing care retirement communities. A text amendment is being proposed to the Prince Frederick, Lusby, and Solomon's Town Center zoning ordinances to increase the TDR requirement by the number of bedrooms and dwelling type. The BOCC discussed the proposed text amendment and directed staff to distribute for agency comment. The next regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of County Commissioners will be held March 8, 2022 at 10 a.m. In other Calvert County local news, the Calvert County Board of County Commissioners has begun accepting applications for the Calvert County Police Accountability Board and Calvert County Administrative Charging Committee. Through the Maryland Police Accountability Act of 2021, Police Discipline and Law Enforcement Programs and Procedures, which was enacted by the Maryland General Assembly on April 10, 2021, the BOCC is required to establish a Police Accountability Board and Administrative Charging Committee. Citizens may review the adopted resolution and structure of the board and committee online at www.calvertcountymd.gov/PAB. Those interested in serving may complete an online application form through the county government website at calvertcountymd.gov/PAB. For questions, please contact the Department of Human Resources at 410-535-1600, extension 2359. Veterans Commission Survey. Are you a Calvert County veteran or family member, caregiver, or friend of a veteran? We want your feedback. The Calvert County Veterans Affairs Commission, the VAC, invites citizens to take a brief online survey to help the VAC provide targeted resources for local veterans. Visit calvertcountymd.gov/VAC survey to take the survey and learn more about the Calvert County Veterans Affairs Commission. That concludes our broadcast. The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioners Reports is a headline news podcast. Stay current with other news in Calvert County by following and liking the Calvert County Government's Facebook page at facebook.com/Calvert County MD, on Instagram at Calvert Broadcast, on YouTube, youtube.com/Calvert County Gov, and our official website, www.calvertcountymd.gov. Thank you.